Good evening. To call to order this meeting of the Urban Renewal Authority. Roll call, please.
Good evening. Commissioner Dennehy?
Here.
Commissioner Grantham?
Here.
Commissioner Hamrick?
Here.
Commissioner Maloney?
Here.
Commissioner Reeser? Commissioner Schmischer? Here. Commissioner Stein?
Here.
Commissioner Tracy?
Here.
Commissioner Troutman? Commissioner Worthington?
Here.
Chairman Payne?
Here. I'd like to have you join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Recording in progress.
Thank you for recording.
Citizens request to speak to the Urban Renewal Authority. I see nobody present. Oh, I would like to welcome our newest member, Maloney,
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
I'll do
Mayor-
my best to catch up.
and Mayor Troutman, who is not with us tonight. Move on to the consent agenda. Approval of minutes of the December 6, 2023 meeting and the cash disbursements. Ryan, do you have this?
I don't have anything to report. Staff would recommend approving the consent agenda as presented.
Okay.
Chairman Payne, I'd like to recommend that we approve the consent agenda as written.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dennehy?
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Commissioner Hamrick?
Aye.
Commissioner Maloney?
Aye.
Commissioner Schmischer?
Aye.
Commissioner Stein?
Aye.
Commissioner Tracy?
Aye.
Commissioner Worthington?
Aye.
Chairman Payne?
Aye. Move on to the financial report. Our treasurer isn't here. Ryan, do you have anything?
Unfortunately, I didn't know that Commissioner Reeser wasn't going to be here until later in the afternoon, so I didn't prepare anything.
Okay. Move on to executive director report.
We are continuing to work. Still, I know Rick is working very heavily, preparing our grants programs for this year. There still seems to be a lot of interest. I was at the Rotary, presented to Rotary today, and it was different setting. So we were in the World's End Brewing and able to actually show an example of what this commission does and the life safety grant that we were able to offer to expand a business like that. So it was a great opportunity for that. I think from a urban renewal standpoint, we don't have any current projects in the pipeline. We are still working very heavily on housing. There seems to be a lot of housing opportunities right now. Funding is really the shortfall that we're running into. Rick, do you have anything you want to add?
No, nothing on top of that, no.
Okay, thank you. So we have two items, some housekeeping. Item A is introduction and adoption of the Resolution 1, Series 2024, entitled "A Resolution Designating the Public Place for Posting Notices Pursuant to CRS 24-6-4022C." So, entertain a motion.
Chairman Payne, I have a request for an amendment on this one. I feel like the third whereas is a little too wordy, is unnecessary. We removed it from a similar resolution that City Council passed last night and conferred with our attorneys, and they concurred that it was okay to remove it. So I would propose that we approve the resolution with the amendment of removing the third whereas.
And that is a question for clarification. That does start, whereas the notice must have specific agenda, et cetera, et cetera.
Correct.
Thank you.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. So that's a motion?
Yes, sir.
Need a second.
Does that leave us with, I'm sorry, I'll wait for the second.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Commissioner Grantham.
Does that leave it where since I did not hear the discussion last night for the city council's removing that, does that mean that posting can be made within 24-hour period or 10 minutes before the meeting?
Yeah, no, sir. So everything that is in that third whereas is covered under the CRS 246401. It's just reiterating it again. So I think and I don't want to speak for Commissioner Smisher, but I think it just cleans up the language a little bit and just refers on the language that's already in revised statute.
So we're still required to have 24-hour posting notice?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, so that's through the CRS, the Colorado Revised Statutes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. Any other comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Dennehy?
Aye.
Grantham?
Aye.
Hamrick?
Aye.
Maloney?
Aye.
Schmisher?
Aye.
Stein?
Aye.
Tracy?
Aye.
Worthington?
Aye.
Chairman Payne?
Aye, thank you. Then item B is introduction and adoption of Resolution 2, Series 2024, entitled "A Resolution of the Kansas City Area Reinvestment Expansion Approving the Kansas City Area for Reinvestment Expansion Building Systems Grant Program." Okay, do you want to do the same thing, or are we good with that?
I don't have any proposed amendments to
Yeah, there's no
this-
amendments to this one.
to this resolution. It did cause me to have a question about our current life safety grant and facade grant program, though, which I would be happy to ask at this point or after this resolution has been dealt with.
Okay. You want to wait till after a motion and a second for discussion? Is that what you're asking? Okay. Just clarifying that. Okay, so I'll entertain a motion.
Chairman, I move that we adopt the Resolution 2, Series 2024, entitled "A Resolution," which is missing an L. It should have, before we finalize it, perhaps we should put that in there, of the Canyon City area for reinvestment expansion, improving the Canyon City area for reinvestment expansion building systems grant program.
And if I could add to that, I had some assistance from Commissioner Smisher on this one and Commissioner Tracy on this one. Commissioner Tracy taught me how to count to 95. So the scoring criteria would change to a total of 95. So you'd want to adopt this resolution with the change to a total of 95 in the scoring criteria.
Okay, so I have a motion. Right? Okay,
I would propose Councilwoman Stein add that amendment to her motion, or I would like to make a friendly amendment to Councilwoman Stein's motion to amend to change the total possible points to 95.
What she said.
I'll second the amended motion.
okay, it's been moved and seconded. Now, any further discussion?
I was wondering, I believe in reading through this, it states that the projects have to be completed and the funds have to be reimbursed by the end of the calendar year or within a set period of time. And I was wondering how we were doing on that this year, if grantees were meeting those timelines or if that was causing you any concern about the future methodology by which we run this program. Thank you.
In terms of the life safety grant, we are not on schedule for completing the projects this year. That one, however, the projects were awarded late in the year. If we are doing a competitive basis and those grant applications come to us in time for the competition, then there should be plenty of time throughout the year to finish the building systems based on conversations with our building official. The question arises then, if applications come, we don't expend or we don't award the funding in that grant period, and it goes out to a rolling basis, will there be time at the end of the year for those projects? Those are probably discussions we'll have to have as a board to determine how to move forward from there, unless you have any ideas on that as well. But yeah, if we have it as a year-long application process, then in the case of the life safety grant, they have 190 days, I believe it was, to start, and 60 days to start, and then 180 days or something like that after that to complete. I honestly don't recall what this was, how this was worded. I think there was a similar time period. But I think once we determine if we have all of the applications in for the application period, then we have funds left, then we need to determine how we proceed from there. It does get complicated when, especially, and again, this is referring to the life safety grant, it's extremely difficult to get contractors to work quickly, and oftentimes it's the same contractor working on 2 or 3 projects, and they get pushed out. So we haven't had one yet that happened in the time frame that it's called for. The longest one was actually World's End, and that was because contractors were
So
not
if we have an
available.
application in late 2023 and it gets paid out in 2024, does that just require a budget amendment, or?
Yeah, we will have to probably bring forward some budget amendments
Yeah.
here in the future.
We don't have to reinvent the wheel here,
No.
no.
I think we may, and we'll know this once we know whether or not all of the funding is allocated within the first tranche by the end of March. But we may end up needing to revise the program slightly if it turns out that many programs or many projects will be awarded later in the year and wouldn't actually meet the specifications that we've outlined, because that may cause some people to not apply if they feel like they wouldn't be able to get their project done in time. So just something I think to have on our radar for our April meeting, perhaps.
Yeah, it may be in addition of another paragraph to each program, potentially.
All right. Any other discussion?
And
on
I
this?
don't believe, I don't know, having an application period, my experience with business owners is that they don't necessarily have the funding in accordance with an application period. And when they have the funding, they want to do the work, and they hope to have a grant available at the time. So I anticipate having to move into a rolling basis after the application period. Could be totally wrong.
And I will say that the Council of Governments, they have a business loan fund, and they have been helping some of the businesses that are receiving the grants from the Urban Renewal Authority to provide the bridge funding. And you know, the Council of Governments really likes those, you know, lending out those dollars, because they know that you know, the reimbursement's going to be coming back from the Urban Renewal Authority, which is a known source.
Okay. All right. Anything else? Any other comments or questions? It's been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Dennehy?
Aye.
Grantham?
Aye.
Hamrick?
Aye.
Maloney?
Aye.
Smisher?
Aye.
Stein?
Aye.
Tracy?
Aye.
Worthington?
Aye.
Chairman Payne?
Aye. Ryan, do you have anything else?
No, sir.
With no further business coming before this board, we are adjourned.